Hello friends, this is Praveen. Welcome to our YouTube channel. In previous lecture we have studied what is the dot product and what is the geometrical meaning of the dot product of the two vectors. Today we are going to study dot product part 2. So let's have a look what points we are going to discuss in the part 2. Point number 1, we are going to discuss about dot product in component form. Geometrical form we have already discussed. Point number 2, we are going to discuss angle between two vectors in geometric and component form. Point number 3, we are going to discuss properties of the dot product. And point number 4, we are going to discuss parallel and perpendicular components of a vector onto other vectors. So these 4 points will be discussed in today's lecture. So friends, let's discuss the point number 1, dot product in component form. Suppose there are two vectors, vector A and vector B, placed with their tails at the origin of XYZ coordinate axis. Let AX, AY, AZ be the rectangular components of vector A and BX, BY, BZ be the rectangular components of vector B along X, Y and Z axis respectively. Before finding the dot product of vector A and vector B, we need to find the dot product of orthogonal unit vectors. Suppose I cap, J cap and K cap be the unit vectors along X axis, Y axis and Z axis respectively. Therefore, the mod of vector I cap, mod of vector J cap or mod of vector K cap, mod of K cap will be equal to 1. That is, modulus of all the unit vectors will be equal to 1. In geometric form, we know that A vector dot B vector equals to mod of A vector into mod of B vector cos of theta. Therefore, if we take the dot product of two same type of unit vectors, then theta will be equal to 0. Therefore, I cap dot I cap equals to J cap dot J cap equals to K cap dot K cap is equal to mod of first unit vector into mod of second unit vector into cosine of 0, and that is also equal to 1. So if I take the product of these 1, then I will get the 1. That is, dot product of same unit vectors is always equal to 1. If I take the dot product of two orthogonal vectors, that is I cap dot J cap or J cap dot K cap or K cap dot I cap, then theta is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, these all dot products will be equal to 1 into cos 90. Since cos 90 is 0, therefore all these dot products will be equal to 0. So I can say that the dot product of two orthogonal unit vectors is equal to 0. Now let us represent vector A and vector B in terms of their rectangular components. So I can write here vector A equals to AX I cap plus AY J cap plus AZ K cap, where vector B can be written as vector B equals to BX I cap plus BY J cap P plus BZ K cap. So if I take the dot product of these two vectors, then I can write here A vector dot B vector is equal to, in bracket, the value of A vector into its rectangular component form, that is AX I cap plus AY J cap plus AZ K cap, dot the value of vector B in the bracket in terms of its rectangular component, that is BX I cap plus BY J cap plus BZ K cap. Now this is equal to what? AX, I will take the dot product of first term with this bracket, so I can write here AX I cap dot this bracket. Similarly, I will take the dot product of the second term with this bracket, so I can write here AYJ cap dot this bracket, and similarly I will take the dot product of the third term in bracket 1 with the dot product of this whole vector, that is I can write AZK cap dot BX I cap plus BYJ cap plus BZ K cap. Now let's open the bracket, so I can write here AX I cap dot BX I cap plus AX I cap dot BYJ cap plus AXI cap dot BZK cap. Similarly, I can write here AYJ cap dot BXI cap plus AYJ cap dot BYJ cap and plus AYJ cap dot BZK cap. AYJ cap dot BZK cap. Now let's find out the dot product of the third term. So I can write here AZK cap dot BXI cap plus AZK cap dot BYJ cap and plus last term AZK cap dot BZK cap. Now if I rearrange the terms given in this step, then I can write here AX into BXI dot I cap plus AXBY I cap dot j cap plus ax bz I cap dot k cap plus ay bx j cap dot I cap plus ay by j cap dot j cap plus ay into bz j cap dot k cap plus az bx k cap dot I cap plus az by k cap dot j cap and plus az bz k cap dot k cap. Now as we know, the dot product of orthogonal vectors is always equal to 0, so this term will be 0, this term will also be 0, this term will also be 0, and this term will be 0, this term will be 0, and this term will be 0. The terms containing the dot product of orthogonal vectors will be 0. Only the term containing same type dot product of same type of unit vectors will not be 0. So what I get, this term is remaining, and this term is remaining, and this term is remaining. So I can write here a vector dot b vector equals to what I get, ax bx, and I cap dot I cap is 1. So I can write here this is equal to ax bx plus what is second term? Second term is ay by and j cap dot j cap will be equal to 1. And what is third term? It is plus az bz and k cap dot k cap will be equal to 1. So I can write here a dot product of the two vectors in terms of rectangular components is equal to the sum of the product of the coefficients of I cap, j cap, and k cap respectively. So friends, let's discuss the second point, angle between two vectors. So if I use the geometrical definition of dot product, then I can write here a vector dot b vector equals to mod of a vector into mod of b vector cos of theta, and this is what geometric definition of dot product. Therefore here I can write cos of theta equals to a vector dot b vector divided by mod of a vector into mod of b vector, or I can write here a vector upon mod of a vector dot b vector upon mod of b vector, and this is what, this is nothing but a cap, and this is what, b cap. So I can write here a cap dot b cap. So cos of theta is equal to what? Dot product of the unit vectors a cap, and b cap. So if I need to find the angle between two vectors, then I can write here theta equals to cos inverse of a vector dot b vector upon mod of a vector dot mod of a vector into mod of b vector, or I can also write in terms of unit vectors. Now in component form, as I know that a vector equals to ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, and b vector equals to bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. So if I take the dot product of vector a and vector b, then I can write here a vector dot b vector equals to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz, and if I take the mod of vector a, then it is equal to what? It is equal to square root of ax square plus ay square plus az square. And what is mod of vector b? Mod of vector b is square root of bx square plus by square plus bz square. So if I substitute the value of value of dot product of vector a, vector b, mod of vector a and mod of vector b in this expression, then I can write here cos theta equals to, what is dot product of vector a and vector b? It is ax bx plus ay by plus az plus az bz divided by square root of ax square plus ay square plus az square into square root of what is mod of vector b, it is bx square plus by square plus bz square. So using this formula I can also calculate cos of theta, hence I can calculate the value of theta. If I know cos theta, then I can easily calculate what is theta. So either I can use this formula, which is geometric formula, and this is component formula. So using this formula I can get the cos theta, and hence I can get theta, and using this formula I can also calculate cos theta and hence theta. So any of the two formula can be useful while solving the numericals. All right. Point number third, we have to discuss the properties of the dot product. So point number one, if I consider the two vectors, vector a and b vector are the two vectors, then a vector dot b vector equals to b vector dot a vector. This is called as commutative law. That is, dot product of two vectors obeys commutative law. Let's see the proof. First proof is component form and second proof is geometrical form. So in component form I can write a vector equals to a x I cap plus a y j cap plus a z k cap. And b vector can be written as b x I cap plus b y j cap plus b z k cap. So if I take the dot product of vector a and vector b, then I can write here a vector dot b vector equals to the value of a vector in component form dot the value of b vector in component form, and as per definition we know that it is equal to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. So if I rearrange the terms, then I can write here bx ax plus by ay plus bz az, and this is what this is nothing but b vector dot a vector. Thus a vector dot b vector is equal to b vector dot a vector, that is the dot product of the two vectors obeys the commutative law. By geometric definition I can write a vector dot b vector is equal to mod of a vector into component of b vector along a vector. I can also write it by rearranging b vector into component of a vector along b vector. So this is what this is b vector dot a vector. So I can write here a vector dot b vector is equal to b vector dot a vector. So by using any method you can prove the first property, that is commutative property of the dot product. Okay, so friends, let's have a look what is the second property. If vector a, vector b and vector c are three vectors, then a vector dot in bracket b vector plus c vector is equal to a vector dot b vector plus a vector dot c vector. This is called as distributive law. So dot product also obeys distributive law. Let's see the proof of the second property. If I assume vector a in terms of its rectangular component, that is ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. Similarly b vector into its rectangular component bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap, and c vector into its rectangular components cx I cap plus cy j cap plus cz k cap. Then a vector dot b vector is equal to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. And similarly dot product of vector a with vector c is equal to what, ax cx plus ay cy plus az cz. If I add vector b and vector c, then I get what, it is bx plus cx I cap plus in second bracket by plus cy j cap plus in third bracket bz plus cz k cap. Now if I take the left hand side of this statement, then I can write here a vector dot in bracket b vector plus c vector is equal to ax, that is coefficient of I cap of vector a, into bx, but here bx will be taken as the coefficient of I cap in b vector plus c vector, that is bx plus cx. Similarly ay by means what, ay and by is what, coefficient of j cap, that is by plus cy plus az, and what will be bz, it will be this bracket, that is bz plus cz. If I multiply all the terms by opening the bracket, then I can write here ax bx plus ax cx plus ay by plus ay cy plus az bz plus az cz. And if I rearrange the terms, then I can write here ax bx plus ay by plus az bz plus in second bracket I can write ax cx plus AYCY plus AZCZ. Now first bracket is what you can see, first bracket is A vector dot B vector, so I can write here A vector dot B vector. And what is the second bracket? It is A vector dot C vector. You can see this is third bracket, second bracket, and this is equal to A vector dot C vector. So I can write here A vector dot B vector plus C vector in bracket is equal to A vector dot B vector plus A vector dot C vector. That is dot product of the dot product of two vectors including third vector obeys distributive law. So property number third is what? If A vector and B vector are two vectors and lambda is a scalar, then lambda times of A vector dot B vector is equal to lambda times of A vector dot B vector, and that is equal to A vector dot lambda times of B vector. This property can also be proved using geometrical definition as well as the component definition of the dot product. And property number fourth, if mod of A vector is equal to mod of B vector, then theta is equal to 0. Therefore I can write here A vector dot A vector equals to mod of A vector into mod of A vector into cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. Therefore I can write this is equal to mod of A square. That is dot product of self vector. This is called as self product. This is also called as self dot product. Self dot product of a vector. So self dot product of a vector is equal to the square of its magnitude, and this can also be proved using geometrical as well as component definition of dot product. Point number fifth, if A vector dot in bracket B vector minus C vector is equal to 0, then this does not mean that B vector is equal to C vector. It means that A vector is perpendicular to this bracketed vector, that is A vector is perpendicular to B vector minus C vector. These are the properties of the dot product. First one is what? It is the dot product of two vectors obeys commutative law. Second, dot product obeys distributive law. Third property is what? Lambda times of A vector dot B vector is equal to lambda times of A vector dot B vector is equal to A vector dot lambda times of B vector. And fourth property is what? If I take the self dot product, then it is equal to square of the magnitude of that vector. And fifth point is what? What is the fifth property? If I take the dot product of A with dot product with B vector minus C vector, and if it is equal to 0, then it does not means that B vector is equal to C vector. It means that vector A is perpendicular to B vector minus C vector. So point number fourth is what? Components of a vector onto other. In fourth point, we need to find the component of any of the vector onto other vector. As I know that this vector can be resolved along the vector A and perpendicular to vector A. So first of all, I need to find the parallel component of vector B along vector A. So as I know that A vector dot B vector is equal to mod of A vector into component of B vector along A vector, which is mod of B vector cos of theta. Therefore I can write here mod of B vector into cos theta equals to A vector dot B vector divided by mod of A vector. This term is also called as scalar component of B vector along A vector, and that is equal to A vector dot B vector upon mod of A vector. Or I can write here A vector upon mod of A vector into B vector. Mod of A vector upon mod of A vector is called as A cap, that is unit vector A cap, and dot B vector. So scalar component of B vector along A vector is equal to A cap dot B vector. This component is along A vector in magnitude form, it is not in direction form. So in order to find the component of B vector along A vector in vector form, I can write here vector component of B vector along A vector, that is also denoted by B parallel vector. Parallel to what vector? Parallel to which vector? Vector A. So B vector parallel to vector A is equal to magnitude of B parallel vector, which is A cap dot B cap, A cap dot B vector. And since this vector is directed along A vector, so I need to multiply this magnitude by the unit vector of vector A. So I can multiply this magnitude vector, this magnitude by unit vector vector A cap. So I get this component into vector form. So vector parallel component, the vector component of B vector along A vector or parallel component of vector B equals to A cap dot B vector into A cap. Now if I consider the vector component of B vector perpendicular to A vector is given by B perpendicular vector which is perpendicular to A vector, suppose this is B perpendicular vector, then the addition of these two vectors, that is B parallel vector and B perpendicular vector, is equal to B vector. So I can write here B parallel vector plus B perpendicular vector is equal to B vector, and therefore B perpendicular vector is equal to what? It is B vector minus B parallel vector, and B parallel vector is what? It is A cap dot B vector into A cap. So by using this formula I can find out the parallel perpendicular component, and using this formula I can find out the parallel component of vector B onto vector A. Similarly, if I need to find the parallel component of vector A to the vector B as well as perpendicular to vector B, then I can use the formula A parallel equals to, in bracket I will use this formula here, I will use B cap dot A vector, outside I will use B cap, and B perpendicular is what? A perpendicular vector is what? A perpendicular vector is equal to A vector minus, in bracket, this term, that is B cap dot A vector outside B cap. So this is a scalar value because it is dot product of unit vector and B vector, but if I multiply this term by A cap, then it will give a vector along the direction of A vector. Alright friends, so that's all for today. Next lecture is very important. Do not forget to watch my next video because I'm going to solve many numericals based on the today's topic. So let's meet in the next lecture. Thanks for watching my videos. Bye bye.